You get an email from your boss. It says, "Wire the money today." It says, "Don't tell anyone yet." You've done this before. But this time, the boss isn't real. This is exactly what happened to a finance employee at a mid-sized company, right before $250,000 left the building forever. No masks, no stolen laptops, no hackers typing furiously in a dark room. Just an email, a deadline, and a voice that sounded exactly like someone in charge. Picture the moment. A Tuesday afternoon, an email lands from the CEO. The tone is urgent but calm, the kind of message a busy executive sends between meetings. It references a confidential acquisition. It asks for a wire transfer to a new vendor account, today, before the close of business. Everything about it feels normal. The name is right. The writing style matches. There's even a phone number to call if anything is unclear, a number that connects straight to the scammer. The employee wires the funds. By the next morning, the real CEO has no idea what happened. The email address was almost identical to the real one, off by a single letter. The money is already gone, moved through 3 different accounts before anyone even notices it's missing. This is called business email compromise, or BEC for short. It simply means a criminal impersonates someone you trust inside an email, using a real-sounding identity to convince you to move money somewhere it shouldn't go. No malware required, just a message that looks close enough to real. Why do smart, careful employees fall for it? Your brain didn't evolve to question authority in the middle of a busy afternoon. For most of human history, if the person in charge of your tribe told you to move fast, moving fast kept you alive. That instinct never went away. It just moved into your inbox. Psychologist Robert Cialdini spent decades studying why people comply with requests, and one of his core findings was that authority is one of the most powerful levers there is. People look at who's asking far more than they evaluate what's being asked. A message that appears to come from a CEO borrows that authority instantly, before a single detail gets checked. Attackers know this. They research their targets first. They find the CEO's name from the company website. They find the finance employee's name from LinkedIn. They study writing style from old press releases. Then they build a message engineered to feel familiar, urgent, and just believable enough to skip scrutiny. And urgency is the real weapon. Researchers Frank Staiano and Paul Wilson, who studied real-world con artists to understand digital scams, identified time pressure as one of the core principles scammers rely on. Give someone enough time to think, and they'll eventually ask the right question. Take that time away, and they act on instinct instead. So how do you protect yourself, or your workplace, from something built to look this normal? The single most effective defense is astonishingly simple. Verify any request for money through a second channel, one that wasn't provided in the message itself. If an email asks for a wire transfer, don't reply to that email, and don't call the number it gives you. Call the person directly, using a number you already had before the message arrived. A real CEO will never be upset that you double-checked a $250,000 transfer. A scammer is counting on you never making that call. Slow down on urgency, especially urgency paired with secrecy. Real financial decisions rarely require total silence and same-day action at once. That combination isn't a coincidence, it's a formula. And look closely at the sender's actual email address, not just the display name. A single swapped letter, a different domain extension. These are often the only clue that something's wrong, hidden in plain sight. Companies that build a habit of verification don't do it because they distrust their employees. They do it because they understand something simple. Trust should be earned through a process, not assumed from a name in a subject line. You get an email from your boss. It says, "Wire the money today." It says, "Don't tell anyone yet." This time, you pick up the phone instead, and you call the number you've always had. The message was never really about money. It was about whether you'd trust a name faster than you'd trust a process. Choose the process.